making beer. Heating up the strike water to about 175 degrees, 180 degrees. (175-degree) strike water to preheat the mash tun. Hot, hot. Recipe for the Kashmir IPA, which is a Highland Brewery in Asheville. That's one of their IPAs. Got the kit from Austin Home Brew Supply. There you go. 10.5 pounds of two-row, half pound of carapils, half pound of crystal 10, 4 ounces of maltodextrin for body. Bittering hops, a Magnum, 1 ounce of Magnum. At 15 minutes, we're going to have Mount Hood, Fuggle, and Styrian Golding, if I'm pronouncing that right. And then at 5 minutes, we're going to have Fuggle, Syrian Golding, and Willamette. And we're also going to have a World Flock tablet at 15 minutes. And we ain't going to forget our 5.2 pH stabler this time like I did last time. So about time to dough in. And I did get my dough in going. Put about 175, 170 degree water in the mash tun to preheat it. I did set the camera up when I did my dough in, but I thought I hit record, but I didn't, evidently. So I wanted that on video, but I suck. Stir the grain, and like I said, but you didn't see, I doughed in at like 165 degrees, and I always lose about 12 to 15 degrees with the grain temperature and the amount of grain I have. So after that, I wanted to achieve 150 degrees for my first, for my infusion mash. So, and I did that. It's right around 152. So I stirred for quite a bit. Gonna try to get better efficiency this time. So it's resting comfortably under the old Duke blanket to keep it nice and warm. A good old Coleman 52 quart extreme cooler. Never does lose any heat, maybe a degree or so. So got an hour to kill, maybe go a little over an hour this time. Stir it here in about a half an hour again, and right now I'm just going to mess around and get some things ready for the boil off and batch sparge. Alright, got about 5 minutes left in the 60-minute mash, and like I say, I may go longer. Don't know yet, but I do have 5 gallons. You can see it's filled to the rim. With my sparge water, I'll be doing a double batch sparge, and I'll dip that out with a little container I have because it's too much to pour. So we're about ready. The next step will be to do the boil off. Everything laid out and ready to go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start my boil off here. Been mashing for a little over an hour, like an hour and 5 minutes. I'm gonna do a slower lauter this time. I'm trying to think about everything I gotta do. I'm gonna do a slower lauter this time and see if I can get a little bit better efficiency. Like I said, it's another one of those things that I've went back and forth with, talking to people about to get my efficiency better. But I know a lot of people do this, but I'm gonna show you what I do is take a piece of tin foil, poke some holes in it. And you see that nice pretty grained bed there, and I'll take this tin foil and just lay it on top of it. And when I do my boil off, I'll just pour it right on top of that so I won't cause any channeling in the grain bed, and it'll spread out evenly. And then I'll do my boil off in this little container, and then I'll start my first runnings off in this bucket and then transfer it from there to my boil kettle. Since it's so much heavier to lift, I don't want to have to do everything into the boil kettle and try to lift it on the burner. But hopefully I'll come up with 2.2 gallons or thereabouts for my first runnings, so we'll see. nice and clear, so now we can start the first runnings. All right, as you can see, I'm finishing up my second batch sparge, and see the nice little grain bed there that I wished I could eat because it smells so good. But my first runs were just a shy of what they're supposed to be because I don't know why, actually. I always figure 0.135 on my grain absorption, and this time I was supposed to end up with like 2.2, 2.25, and I got 2 exactly, so which is no big deal. I don't think it's going to be a problem. So I had 2 gallons on my first runnings and 2.5 gallons each on both the batch sparges, so that's 7 gallons for my pre-boil, and I've been boiling, you know, about 2 gallons per hour when I boil my wort, so I'm going to back off on it a little more today and try to end up with 5.25 and not boil off 2 gallons, because I like to have, you know, 5.25 into the fermenter so I can account for trube loss and all that mess, but trube. But anyway, fixing to get this bad boy all in the kettle and on the burner and start my boil, and I'll show you some more here in a minute. Poor fella. Do not fear the foam. All right, the 60-minute boil is over, and got the old immersion chiller in there doing its thing. Won't take long to get it down because I have nice cool water right now. One thing I will be investing in that I was wanting to show you is disconnects for my immersion chiller instead of these stupid clamps with hoses on them, because there's always a leak and I'm always worried about it dripping in my wort. So that was something I was going to do before this batch, but I didn't get to it, so I will definitely be putting disconnects on there, and probably a valve at the end of my water hose, some kind of little rig, so I can turn it off and on right here instead of running around to the front of the house when I'm ready and all that stuff. So a little tip for you. Good to the last drop. The not so fun part. I need an aeration stone. Well, folks, I think I got something on the screen there. Sorry about that. End of another brew day, and I'm tired. Out of shape or old or something. I don't know what it is, but this one wore me out for some reason. But anyway, guess what? I hit my boil volumes, which we knew, as I've been talking about. I was, you know, I knew what my system would do, and I knew how to hit my boil volumes. Today, I hit them. Actually, I was looking for 5.25 gallons after the boil, after a 60-minute boil, and it was probably just a tad between 5.25 and 5 from what I could measure. It was a little over 5. Don't know if it's quite 5.25, but what I did, I got towards the end of the boil, and you know, I always turn the heat off and let the boil stop so the wort will level out. Pull my my hop bag out, and then measure it so I'll know what I'm getting. I was afraid I was going to not boil off enough, so I cranked the heat up a little bit, and I should have probably just left it alone, but either way, I've got that part down. So my efficiency, the pre-boil gravity, the starting gravity for this kit was supposed to be 1.043, and I hit it at 1.046. Thank you very much. Got a plane taking off. My starting gravity, after the boil was supposed to be 1.059, and I nailed that too. So 1.059, just a little high on the starting gravity, but I guess if my starting gravity after the boil was on it, then that doesn't matter, does it? But tickled that I finally got one batch with all the numbers, and what I'll do, I'll look over my sheet and my numbers and everything, not right now, but sometime in the next few days or before I put this video up, and see what I may have done different to get my efficiency on up there. So I hope it stays that way. It feels good to do everything what feels like to be right. So I'm happy. Hope you're happy. As you probably just saw, I had to shake the snot out of the fermenter to get some air in that thing, and I think that's maybe what wore me out too. But all I got to do is go in there and pitch the yeast and put up a few more things, and I'm done for the day as far as brewing's concerned. So it's going to be time to sit down and drink a good cold brew and relax and enjoy the rest of this day. So all right, guess that's about it this time. Got a few other things coming up, maybe something different here in a week or so, so look forward to that. And got any comments or suggestions, always leave them. Don't know what you can say but about this brew, but be sure and comment if you got anything to say. Appreciate it. Later.